Yoga with Angie. This morning we're going to take you through a nice loving practice for this start of cold and flu season. So if you are feeling like you have a stuffy nose, sinus pressure, headache, and if you're feeling achy, your body kind of just feels icky and achy, this is a great loving practice, very gentle practice, just to kind of get the body moving, get the blood flowing a little bit, and just kind of start to restore the body. And definitely studies show that a continual or consistent yoga practice definitely helps with recovery in the body. But just definitely want to listen to the body. So while you may feel like you need to practice every day to keep that balance in the body, just listening to the body. So some days you might just not feel it, and that's okay. So maybe those days you just don't practice, or you get more sleep, or take a really loving practice and stay in Shavasana the whole time, whatever you need to do for your body. So again, this is a very loving practice. Notice, just get into some comfy clothes, wear your PJs, come as you are, and I'll meet you here on your mat. So we're going to start out in a comfortable seated position. Notice how I've just elevated my tailbone a little bit with a blanket. It doesn't have to be special. I also have blocks and I have a pillow today, so lots of props. It doesn't have to be anything special again, just something you have in your home that you can bring onto your mat and into your practice. So starting in a comfortable seated position, just to start to open up the hips and bring that spine nice and tall. And just finding that breath is a great place to start. So taking a deep breath in through the nose, big exhale. And if you're having trouble taking that inhale through the nose like I am, it's okay, just do what you can. Deep breath in through the nose, and big exhale. So continue that breath in through the nose, seal the lips, and draw that breath down through the back of the throat, just starting to heat up the body. So warm up the body, kind of increasing that blood flow. Restoring that balance in the chest. If you're feeling it in your chest, this breathing exercise is great. It could just kind of loosen and open up the chest. Kind of restore those airways back in the body. If you're feeling it in your head with a head cold, just kind of oxygenating the brain by bringing those full, deep breaths. Because a lot of times we think we're breathing, but they're just short, constricted breaths coming from the chest, and we want to bring them in from the low belly. So bringing that blood flow and opening up those airways. Let's take one more breath here. Start by bringing the chin into the chest. Just kind of release the tension in the neck, in the spine. And just start by taking the head over from right to left, nice and gently, letting the chin fall in towards the chest. And then gently starting to take that right ear over towards the right shoulder, letting that head fall, and then dropping those shoulder blades down away from the ears as you let that right earlobe fall towards the right shoulder, opening up that left side of the neck, coming back through center, letting that chin fall into the chest, and then letting that left ear fall over towards that left shoulder, opening up the right side of the neck, and breathing into any tension in the right side of the neck, just maybe working through that blood flow. Next inhale, come back up to center. Take those shoulders up to the ears, back down and around. Once again, opening up the chest and shoulders. when we're sick. We're definitely not keeping that proper posture, which is fine, but this is a great practice to just kind of open it back up again. So we want to clear the airways, open it back up. And one more here. And letting those shoulders fall super heavy. Let's take that chin slightly forward, head back. Open up the neck. And as you exhale, bring that chin back into the chest. Let's just try to take a little movement in the spine. Start to draw the chest forward and then around and back. So bring in a little bit of movement and rotation into the spine, neck and shoulders. Again, super gentle with the body here. Doing what feels good for you. And then let's reverse it. Let's take one more here. Keeping with those deep breaths in and exhales. And then come all the way back up to center. Bring those palms out to the side as you inhale. Reach and extend those arms overhead. Deep breath in. Exhale, press those palms away. Keep those shoulder blades down and back. Long spine here. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, press those palms away. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, pressing those palms away. Take those arms in front of you. And as you exhale, bring them all the way back around, pressing those palms away. Interlace those fingers behind the low back. And once again, open up the chest. Deep breath in, and then exhale, relax those shoulder blades down. Keep those fingers interlaced behind the low back. One more deep breath in here. And exhale to release. And then release those palms. Just kind of shake it out. And then I'll meet you here in tabletop position. Once again, a great way to rev your body up and just kind of get the blood flow moving. So let's, as you inhale, drop the belly, draw the chin and chest forward, peel those shoulder blades away from the ears. Exhale, round out the spine, bring the chin in towards the chest. Inhale, drop the belly, chin and chest comes forward. Exhale, round up the spine. One more here, inhale. And as you exhale, rounding out the spine. Come back into that neutral position. And if it feels good for you today, and if it's something that you're ready to do, meet in downward dog. So curl those toes under, otherwise just stay in a tabletop. Lift the hips high, press down through the heels. So this is great, especially if you have a head cold or even a chest cold, just to kind of get upside down a little bit, shake out those hips, paddle through those feet, squeeze those inner elbows, and then draw those hips and pelvis forward as the tailbone comes back. Come up onto the toes, press down into the heels. One more breath here. And then when you're ready, look forward and take a big step all the way to the front of your mat. Let the head fall heavy here. So slight bend in those knees, just grab opposite elbows here and just shake it out side to side. So releasing the neck and shoulders, and you just want to try to stay in this position for a minute or two, just to kind of let that oxygen return to the brain.
opening up those airways, relieving those nasal passages. You might start to feel a little bit congested at first, but it's good to kind of hang upside down here for a moment. Keeping those deep breaths in and exhale. Maybe go forward and back, side to side. Again, keeping that straight, a mini bend in the knees. Release those palms down to the ground or to your blocks, whichever you prefer. If you can't quite get down to the ground, just use your blocks and just kind of alternate right and left, bending and extending those knees. Keeping that head just heavy as you fall forward. Just starting to open the body nice and slow. Deep breaths in and exhale. Key here is keeping those nice, long, delicious inhalations and exhalations. So not constricting that breath. And then keep those legs long. Take those fingertips just behind those ankles. Let the head fall super heavy here. Relax the neck and shoulders. As you extend those legs long, continue to bring the nose in towards the knee, chest in towards the thighs. Letting the head fall heavy here. And then release those palms. Slowly rise up, slight bend in the knees. Come all the way up. Bring those arms overhead. Deep breath in. And then exhale, release. Come all the way back forward into that fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, flatten out the back. And as you exhale, just take a step back here into your tabletop position. We're going to come from tabletop and we're going to come right onto our knees. Once again, opening up the chest here. So let's take those arms overhead, big reach. And as you exhale, take those elbows wide, keeping the chest nice and open here. Inhale, big reach. Exhale, take those elbows wide. One more inhale, reach. Exhale, elbows come wide. And then take those hands into fists. Bring those fists right at the top of your hips, so right where you feel the bones at the top of your seat. Draw those shoulder blades down and back. Inhale, lengthen the spine here. Draw the hips forward and take a mini back bend here. Once again, opening up the chest here. So we want to keep those airways nice and open. Keeping the respiratory system open, breathing clearly. Let's take one more breath here. And as you exhale, release those palms. Come back down into a tabletop position. And then we're going to work our way into a child's pose. So I'm going to take my pillow here. So I'm going to bring it sideways because it's a little bit big. But if you just bring your pillow that you want to take your knees wide, toes together, sit back into those heels, and when you take child's pose, you just want to bring either that pillow right underneath the pelvis, right in between the knees, and walk your chest forward. I'm just going to lay on that pillow. If you need to adjust, just adjust when you get down in position. Relax the neck and shoulders, allowing those shoulder blades to kind of peel apart. Elbows fall heavy. Each exhale, allowing those hips to sink back into the heels. And just breathe here. Just take a moment. start to peel that chest away, and then just take the gaze in the opposite direction. Slowly bringing yourself back off your pillow whenever you're ready. You can take a nap there and take as long as you need. Work your way back up into a seated position, and we're going to work into a straddle position. So you're going to come onto your seat. Take your feet about the width of the mat, or whatever feels good for you. If you have tight hip flexors, then you just want to take the feet maybe a little bit more narrow. So you want to keep the feet actively, chest is nice and open. You want to keep the feet nice and flexed and actively engaged here. So long spine, drive the pelvis forward, and as you exhale, start to find your fold. Once again, maybe taking those blocks a little bit closer here. If you want to prop your pillow here, right on top of your hips. And again, if it's too much for your hips, take those feet in a little bit further, no big deal. And as you exhale, start to find your fold. And let your head fall heavy onto your blocks and or pillow. Relax the neck and shoulders here. Continue to drive that pelvis forward, flex into the feet. And you just have to adjust here to what feels right for your body. And when you're ready, slowly start to release that head off of your support here. Draw a nice straight spine. And just start to remove those props away for a moment. Let's take that right heel in towards the pelvis and start to find a nice fold over to the left. So drive your torso towards that left side shin. Find your fold. As you fold forward, let the head fall nice and heavy here. So just kind of releasing into the low back. So right side of that low back, you're going to feel it open up, shaking it out right to left. And just relax the neck and shoulders here. Again, if you want to bring your pillow or blocks or blanket here, this is a great option. Just let your head fall heavy here. Slowly rise up, peeling that chin away. And then let's take that right leg extended out. The left heel comes into the pelvis. So shift your torso towards that right foot. And again, if you want to take a pillow or something here and find a little bit of support for the chest. Inhale, long spine. Then as you exhale, find your fold here. Slowly start to release, taking that chin away from the chest. And doing those straddle poses opens up the groin area and opens up the low part of the body. So we opened up the chin and chest. So we open up the groin here. So let's take, that left heel in towards the pelvis. Right heel comes over the left knee. Long spine here. So you can just take a gentle twist, either reach your arms extended overhead, take a gentle twist over to the right. So let that left elbow just hook in front of the right knee. You don't want to jerk yourself over to the right. You want to just give yourself a nice gentle twist.
So you could do it this way without the elbow in front of the knee. So a nice gentle twist, really just opening up the chest and opening up the neck and shoulders as you draw that right shoulder back. But as you take that left elbow in front of the right knee, feeling the entire torso kind of ring out, cleansing out the organs. So fresh start as you take that long spine, and then as you exhale, finding that deeper twist. Maybe take your gaze a little bit over towards the right. And then inhale, come back through center and switch sides here. Take that right heel in towards the pelvis. Left knee comes over the right knee. Nice long spine here. And again, if you want to just take a gentle twist over here to the left, if you want to just take an open face twist over to the right, so you can keep a long spine here. And then take your gaze slightly over that right shoulder, or you can wring out the torso a little bit further and then take your twist over to the left. Your choice. So if you're pregnant and you're not able to do twists, this is a great option. So open face to the right instead of twisting the body in a closed posture, keeping the body nice and open, and opening over towards the right, always keeping that chest and torso area nice and open. And then as you inhale, come back through center. And let's take a final resting pose. So making this a nice short practice, I want you to spend the most of your time in this resting pose. So we're going to set up for this pose by using our blocks, blankets, and all the jazz. So we're going to start by taking this block, putting it flat on our mat, about midway through because you're going to lay on it. And then the second block maybe has a little bit of length here. So you can also take it lengthwise and go this high. Otherwise you can just take it flat. So I'm going to use, you could cover up with your blanket or use the blanket as a prop. So I'm going to start by putting the blanket here, the pillow here, just so I have a nice reclining position. There we go. So nice reclining position. You can take the blanket underneath your seat, or again, like I said, you can roll up with your blanket, but you just want to keep a nice long spine here. So you're going to start by bringing that tailbone right to the base of that. I'm going to put my blanket right underneath here so I have a little bit more support here underneath my spine. And then you're going to just allow the shoulders to come down and back, finding that reclining pose. Keep those knees nice and bent here. Make sure you have a nice supported position here. So all the way from your tailbone through the top of your spine. So making sure your head is supported and you have a nice long spine here. Let's bring those heels together, take the knees wide, and just allow those knees to just kind of fall open, feeling that pelvis open as you press those heels into one another. Relax the shoulders. Bring them down on your pillow. And the intention here is to keep the chest nice and open here, the pelvis open. So we're going to close in this pose here. So this reclining bound angle, just allowing the body to completely open up. Continuing with those breaths, maybe take one palm to the belly and one palm to the heart, or both palms to the belly. And as you inhale, feeling that belly rise. And as you exhale, feeling the belly fall. Take deep breaths in here. And exhale. And just slowly starting to let that breath start to shallow. Releasing the body.